The college football experience. Miami Hurricanes Ole Miss reaction show episode on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Yes, Underdog is hooking up new customers. Play just $5. Get $75 in bonus funds when you sign up with our promo code. That is TCE SGPN. So do that. And remember, as always, folks, to let it ride.
This is Brian Bosworth, a.k.a. The Boz, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride, brother. Peace out. Boz out.
Yes. Woo! Welcome to the college football experience instant reaction show for the Miami Hurricanes Ole Miss Final Four matchup in that shitty ass stadium, State Farm Stadium, where players are tripping left and right. But YouTube.com/the college experience. Get on over there, hit that like and subscribe button. Because that was quite the football game, despite the shitty venue. If you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, that's fair. My name is Colby Swing at Database Dan, aka Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
I smoke and I drink and I don't have stress and I'm healthy.
Well, I mean, I'm healthy when it comes to the sport, but I mean, having Ole Miss plus 3.5. Now, the only good thing is, you might have caught me on the sports grid earlier where we jumped in at plus 7.5 live early in the first quarter, but I still didn't bet as much as, you know, I had a pretty big bet on 3.5. So, I mean, I feel like it should have hit. I am joined by my co-host. He is the host of the College Basketball Experience, which will be going live later tonight in about an hour and a half. Give it up for former staffer at Austin Peay with the Governor, South Carolina with the Gamecocks, and West Virginia with the Mountaineers, Ryan McIntyre, a.k.a. Mudette Line. Mac, what's up, man?
What's up, man? Yeah, definitely tough getting hooked there. We hit our over, but hell of a game, man. Congrats to Miami on to the national championship where they'll host a home game.
Mac tonight. Come on, make it Mac tonight.
Yeah, I saw Sports Center or someone say that they'll be the first to host a national championship at their home stadium. That is not true, by the way. I mean, look, first off, LSU's done 2 at the Superdome, but I get it. That's not their home stadium.
I remember Miami doing it.
Miami a shit ton of times in the 80s and 90s, what are we talking about here? I can remember the infamous 2-point conversion where Tom Osborne goes for 2 with Nebraska. They throw it gets deflected. Irving Fryer in the end zone. The Dean Steinkuhler Fumbleruski game.
Yeah.
But also I believe later in the 80s and then the 90s as well. Let's just get to it. The Canes win the Fiesta Bowl in that shitty venue against Ole Miss in quite the game. It was interesting because in many ways, I think you could say you felt like Miami dominated that game, and I also thought you could say Miami played kind of shitty for their like it was weird, like. They dominated for sure the first half, it felt like, despite only being up 17-13 at halftime. And then you're like, wait a second. Well, once Ole Miss made a little bit of a run, Ole Miss had made a field goal in the third, I think, and got it to the fourth, and scored then to take the lead. You're sitting there like, Miami's going to lose this fucking game when they've kind of just been having great success running the ball. It It was just a strange game. I mean, look, Miami, a team that tied for 6th place in the ACC. They got that dub though, buddy, and the U is back. Shout out to Mario Cristobal, because I honestly didn't think he would ever get them to a natty. Now, I understand, like, you could argue that should they have been in the playoffs? I think they should have, but I also think the ACC, who took a stray the entire fucking like the past 2 months, everyone's shitting on the ACC's tiebreaker rules. I still believe that helped Miami's chances
get in
to make it. Yes, because I still think any of those teams could have beat them. We saw them lose 2 games, within the conference, and actually, I think they were what 1-1 outside of their stadium against teams in their conference with a winning record. So, but either way, Carson Beck, great game. I did cash on the running total over as he rushed for. Actually, did I eat shit on this because he took another sack? No fucking way.
He took a couple sacks late.
Yeah, no, I know but early on we were cashing this. I think I ate shit on this. So I apologize. I don't think I cashed on that. That's fucking brutal, dude. Because he had the game-winning touchdown run. But anyway, your thoughts on the game, man? Because great season for Pete Golding and Ole Miss, and unfortunately that came to an end. Because I obviously I was rooting for Ole Miss despite all these SEC fans rooting for Ole Miss, which almost made me root for Miami. But your thoughts on the whole outcome and just the whole game in general?
Yeah, I thought we kind of outlined how we thought the game would go. We all were on Ole Miss, but we made it clear that we recognized there was an advantage at the line of scrimmage with Miami. And Miami defensively, Miami offensively, their offensive line and defensive line are dominant. And they kicked their ass in the first quarter. Ole Miss didn't have a first down. And what was the time possession? 13 to 2 minutes.
Yeah,
and then
I'd say they dominated the first half, dude.
Yes, but then Lacey all of a sudden cracks one for 73 yards, and then we don't see him until the third quarter. And then Miami bounces back nicely in the second quarter with a couple long, methodical drives. And then I just thought that Miami was going to find a way to lose the game like they always have under Cristobal. We kind of laid it out that we thought Miami would just have the lead the entire time, and then Ole Miss would win at the end. Almost came true, but you give Carson Beck a lot of credit, man. That guy's taking a lot of fucking jabs, strays, whatever term you want to use. He nutted up when it was winning time. He made big throw after big throw, third down, big throw after third down, big throw. And then the play breaks down at the end and he runs it in for a touchdown with 18 seconds. So Miami kind of broke down a lot of barriers tonight. They lose that game a lot in the past under Cristobal.
Well, there's a lot that we could say here. I mean, first off, we cover if that field goal doesn't hit the goddamn upright. But also, I mean, Miami was the better team in my opinion. But both teams dropped interceptions.
Miami dropped more. They dropped like 5.
Yeah. But Carson Beck got very lucky on one pass. I know for sure when he did the check down. I mean, look, Carson Beck was a great get in the portal. When you have John Ruiz, and I'll give Mario Cristobal a ton of credit here. We know we like Shannon Dawson as OC before. Like I thought that was a good hire, but when he really killed it was getting Corey Heatherman, who was Kurt Cignetti's former DC at James Madison, because that was a fucking great get, because that has been all the difference. Now, it still is hilarious because, like I said, I don't know that Miami would have won the ACC championship, but because even tonight, dude, with them, I felt like they were the better team all night, but they still almost lost this fucking game.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
deliver the knockout punch. They could not deliver the knockout punch.
I did cash on Mark Fletcher. I took him over. His prop was like in the 90s, but dragged it up to like 110 at plus like 125. He ran for 133. A lot of that's the O line, but dude, how about on the ground? What they did today, man.
Yeah.
I know Beck's sack stats go against them, so the numbers are a little bit diluted. But in general, I mean, they ran the ball for 191 yards. So I actually think it's more.
It's like 200. I mean, Fletcher went for 22 for 133, 6 yards.
The North Dakota State kid had a couple good runs too.
Brown, Brown, 14 carries, 54 yards, a touchdown. I mean, they controlled the line of scrimmage. But like I said, man, Ole Miss, they didn't quit. It's Miami's really, really good in the trenches. They did a good job spending their money in the pool.
Well, that's Cristobal. Well, Cristobal is very good at. That's what he played as O-line.
Yep.
And now to be fair, like I'm shocked that he got to a natty, but I mean, when you have a big playoff, I'm not that shocked, especially when you pair him with John Ruiz. Like they're gonna spend as much as anybody. It's good to see Miami back. But here's what's great too about the sport is like, well, first, how about this? This is 3 straight years without an SEC team making the national championship. So ever since the rules changed where you could pay players, they have not even made an appearance in the national championship game, right? Then what's great, I love watching the arms race, right? One of my favorite things in college football now that everything is legal is you saw SMU. SMU almost, I mean, shit, they beat Miami this year. SMU probably should have went to like if they don't have that blunder at Cal, they go to the ACC championship, and who knows? Maybe you know what I mean. But I love watching. If you listen to us over the years, like the arms race of like what had happened historically with SMU. They got money. Then when Texas leaves, that's another thing. Is like when Texas leaves for the SEC, it's like I don't even know if that long term makes a lot of sense now that everyone can pay because Texas Tech now all of a sudden it just enters the So I love watching the A&M, Texas, SMU, TCU, Texas Tech, Baylor arms race, right? I just feel like it's always going on, right? Well, what this does right here by Miami making the national championship, I think regardless of whether they win this thing or not, Florida and Florida State, the pressure is on. The pressure is fucking on. And that is great. I think it's first off, it's very healthy for the ACC because, right there, if Florida State can get back to where they should be, I'm not talking about the Norvell undefeated season. I'm talking about like Jimbo Fisher, Bobby Bowden era. Then this is going to put a ton of pressure for them to figure it out. And pressure is a good thing to me. And also the Gators. I think if you're an SEC fan, if you're looking for the silver lining on this, well, it depends if you hate Florida or not. But if you're a Gator fan, I do think this puts a ton of pressure on you to deliver moving forward. So, and I bet you boosters will come out the woodworks because they're disgusted that Miami's in the national championship. So, one of the best things I think about the sport is watching that shit go down. Each state, whether it's Montana State, whether it's JMU and Liberty, we're battling with Virginia Tech. If you follow the sport the way we do, it's very fun to watch. But
the ego
yes,
race.
Yeah, and it's like your rich boosters, just jump in there. But yeah, I want to break down the stat sheet in a second here because I think that'll prove my point. But before I do that, I want to let the good folks know that the College Football Experience is brought to you by, well, us. Yes, we are part of the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. Get access to all of our free picks and podcasts in one convenient place, and that is the SGPN app. Download it for free in the App Store or Google Play Store. Just type in SGPN and let it ride. We're also brought to you by Kalshi. Yes, we just partnered up with Kalshi, a real money prediction market legal in all 50 states. Yes, all 50 states. You can trade tons of markets in sports, including college football, college hoops, NFL, NBA, NHL, and much, much more. You can even trade props like first touchdown. I lost on my first touchdown prop tonight. But besides sports, I got a ton of other markets, including politics, entertainment, hell, even the weather. So check out Kalshi. New customers get $20 when you use the promo code SGPN. That's Kalshi, KALSHI, promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Look, Underdog's your home for pick'em entries where you can win up to 5,000 times the amount of money you enter. And Underdog has you covered when it comes to, the higher and lower on these players' stat projections. Check it out. I mean, college hoops, we play it every night. College football, once again, I can't believe I didn't hit the Carson Beck. Thought for sure I had that after like in the first quarter, he had like 15 yards rushing. So you're thinking you're home free because it was 5.5 was the number. But yeah, Underdog's got great stuff like that. Check out Underdog. They got a brand new offer for new customers. Play $5, get $75 in bonus funds when you sign up with our promo code. That is TCESGPN. And remember, as always, to let it ride. All right, we are back. I mean, I completely disagree, Rugby. This is the problem, buddy. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I feel like so many college football fans were fucking delusional. Now, I guess you could say the money's higher because it's known and they can't, but they've always been paying players. I read a book about Bear Bryant in the 1950s, them paying players for the Texas A&M Texas rivalry, like the arms race within that. To think that they weren't paying players before is crazy to me. You know what I mean? It's like so many. I have this conversation with so many college football fans now, and it's like I get it. In your own perfect world, you think like, okay, we're never paying players. Majority of the schools that ever were in the top 10 were paying players. I would almost say like 90%. It was all under the table. And you want to talk about it being fucked up. I've heard stories of certain schools cutting off like the electricity on someone's house, their mother's house, because they went on a date with a gal at another school. You know what I mean? They thought he might be transferring to the other school. You know what I mean? So I've heard some shitty fucking stories regarding that. So I believe the game's healthier now than it's ever been. So, I mean, look, I'd like the portal to be a little worked out. I think you should only have a one-time deal there without sitting out.
They need a couple rules.
Yeah, they need some rules, but to me, the sport is healthier than it's ever been, in my opinion. And I think the Final Four is a perfect representation of this. But yeah, I mean, I think the stat sheet is pretty hilarious, dude, because it's amazing that Ole Miss, had a shot to throw the ball into the end zone that was not pass interference, for the record. But the stat sheet, you would assume they lost by 30 points.
It was how we laid out the game script. We thought Miami was going to dominate the line of scrimmage in the box score, but we thought Ole Miss and Chambliss would find a way to win the game at the end. And it basically did happen, but Beck answered the call instead of folding like we thought he might fold. So, Miami we knew Miami going into the game had a clear advantage at the line of scrimmage. It's just they lack explosive plays for the most part, but they did hit a couple big ones tonight. Tony was awesome.
He's such a beast. He's a freshman, dude.
Yeah, dude. Some of the fucking plays, the best, setting drives. It was, unbelievable.
I mean, he's not the best receiver in the country, but he's pretty fucking close.
Yeah, he's got some Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
Moves,
dude. But look at this stat sheet here. Ole Miss was 2 of 10 on 3rd and 4th down.
Yeah.
How the hell did you almost win this game? What?
One guy, Trinidad Chambliss, because he was awesome again tonight.
Yeah, they only had 18 minutes of time of possession compared to 41. Yeah. How the hell did you have a chance to win this game? I mean, you had a lead with 2 minutes left.
Yeah. Had a lead with 20 seconds. With 20 seconds.
Yeah. I mean, unbelievable here.
Yeah.
There was a ridiculous targeting. Actually, let me ask you this.
There were 2 ridiculous targeted. Well, they wiped one off.
And that stupid fucking ref in the booth was like, this is 100% targeting. And then they say, where I got instantly right after that, no, that was not targeting. They have no idea. No one has any it's all bullshit. All right. It is all complete bullshit. The second one was disgusting. The fact they called that targeting is absolutely ridiculous. But I do want to highlight that because that was Keontae Scott, who has been very good for the Miami Hurricanes. Mac, I was trying to think about this. I'm fairly certain that was in the second half. I think that was in the 3rd quarter, right?
It was.
Well, he's suspended for the first half of the national championship. Glad to see you fucking morons took out one of the best players on Miami's defense now for the national championship. All on some bullshit call where no one has any idea what it is. No one. Each ref in the booth gets it wrong like 80% of the time.
You could tell the guys that make the rules have never played football in their life. I mean, what? The offensive player catches the ball and he's falling to the ground. When the defensive player goes to tackle him, he's aimed at his knees. It's not his fault that the offensive player's head that is up here is falling at full
Yeah.
speed and they happen to hit heads. That's not targeting.
Oh yeah,
That's
Xavier
a
Lucas. Xavier
tackle.
Lucas. Sorry, it was not Keontae, but still okay. That's good though
Yeah.
because Keontae's actually better, I think. But still,
Dude,
it's still a big hit. It's still a big hit.
It's not targeting. It's not targeting if I go after if I try and hit you in the legs, but you happen at the last second to be falling down, and then at the last second you lower your head into me. How's that targeting on me?
Yeah,
That's not like these fucking guys are fucking idiots, man. It's the stupidest rule I've ever seen. You know when somebody's targeting, you'll be like, okay, that was fucked up. That like you're
it's like we say with basketball, but it's worse because basketball they'll call these flagrant fouls. Like I remember watching basketball. You'd see a flagrant foul like once like a month.
Yes,
you know what I mean. Like now it's every game they're calling flagrants, which is just ridiculous. But there's no the difference is this though. They're not suspended the next game, right?
Oh.
Like this is such a bad rule. They kick you out of the game.
It's so bad
for something that was not malicious. It was first off, I don't even think it was targeting. I don't think based on the other calls they've had this whole season, I have seen way worse not called targeting.
Well,
so
why is it targeting? Hey, why is it targeting on the offense?
My first thought is, yeah, I know. My first thought is what's it called? The Caleb Downs against Penn State, which was like the most blatant definition of what we thought targeting was when they flagged it on the field, but on replay they picked it up. I mean, no one has any fucking idea, but yeah, it's never on the offense when the runner lowers its head. It's just bad. It's a bad look too, because now you were taking out a good player. I'm glad it's not Keontae Scott though, but Xavier Lucas still is a good player on this team. I mean, so it's still a hit, and you want to see both these teams in the national championship play it as full as they can. You know, I mean, I know there's some injuries on a lot of these teams, but that's a bummer. Let me ask you this though, Mac: who does Miami match up better with in the net? Like, if you're a Canes fan, who should you be rooting for tomorrow between Indiana and Oregon? Because I think I have my answer here.
Maybe they might be rooting for Indiana because I think they can neutralize Indiana at the line of scrimmage. But Oregon's really good at the line of scrimmage too. Like all three of the teams left now are pretty dominant on the offensive and defensive line. Oregon's probably a little more explosive than Indiana, but not by. I mean, I don't know. I think the two teams are pretty even.
I think Oregon's a better matchup for them, personally. But that's just basically because Mendoza. I just can't. But I think it's fairly close to your point. Like,
yeah.
I think to me, you saw Trinidad Chambliss have some success in the air. And that's the one thing. You can go back to Miller Moss at Louisville. You can go back to what's his name at Jennings at SMU. And I think that's, even though the Canes defense has been good, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, like, I think a super precise quarterback can have success against them. Right? Now, I'm not shitting on Dante Moore. He's still good, but I just don't think, I think Indiana's a little sharper. First off, the age gap is big between both those quarterbacks. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, how about that drama? So either way, we're going to get either Kurt Cignetti against his former JMU defensive coordinator and Corey Heatherman, or Cristobal against his old Oregon team that probably still has a good chunk of players. I don't know about a good chunk, but a decent. There's probably a few players from that era, and definitely some he probably recruited. So, yeah. So you think Indiana is the better matchup for them? I can see the case though, because maybe Oregon's more explosive than Indiana. So maybe that would be the angle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either way, I mean, what's the line's going to be? Probably 3 or 4. Either, like, I can't see the line being more than what it was tonight.
That's right. And Mendoza's from Miami.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of great drama on these on this shit, man. Yeah. I mean, it just sucks though that the fact that that targeting call is going to cost someone. They're going to play the second half of the Natty. You've been playing. I mean, you're only allowed. You're lucky enough to be on a team that makes the national championship, let alone. Oh, I played football. Why are you penalized? Was it malicious? No. Right. I just played this sport of football, and you're penalized for it. Hang on one second. Want to let the good folks know that the college football experience is brought to you by Novig. Yes. Look, Novig is America's #1 sports prediction market. With Novig, you are getting the best prices. Download the Novig app and get $50 when you spend $5 if you use our promo code. That is SGPN. Get in on the action with Novig. Promo code SGPN. And we're also brought to you by Rhythm. Yes, Rhythm has been crushing it in college football this season, especially on props. Been really good at identifying when to fade players and take those unders. College basketball is up and running, and with 300 plus schools, Rhythm has predictions for every game, every night. It pairs perfectly with the College Basketball Experience podcast, which we host via live later tonight in about an hour and a half. Yeah, hop on over to Rhythm. Super easy to sign up, run predictions off the house model, or make your own and mess around with those sliders that they offer. Use the promo code SGPN25 when you download the Rhythm app for 25% off your first month. That's RITHMM. That's Rhythm. Download it. Use the promo code SGPN25. All right. So, yes, we have Miami Ole Miss coming to an end. Mac, I'm curious your take on this now. Like I said, 3 straight years now with no SEC team, which I think, Greg Sankey went on, was it ESPN or whatever the fuck it was, saying they should have got 7 teams in. I hope moving forward, this is adjusted because I know you didn't get 7 in, but I don't even think they should have got the teams they got in this year because I don't think the conference, like maybe you could say the depth is good, but I think, I personally think the Power 5, I don't think there's a big gap between to me, Miami finished tied for what? I know they technically were 3rd, but they had the same record as the team in 6th place. Right? So anyway, what do you think it is? And do you think next year they'll break through at some point? What year will it be?
They definitely will break through again. They have too many good teams, just like the Big Ten. So, but it is funny. It is ironic that everybody started to be able to pay players, and the SEC doesn't have the depth that they had previously because they were the premier ones paying the players. But I think they'll probably win a natty in the next year or so. But their only wins this playoff was
Tulane, right?
Yeah, against themselves in Tulane.
Yeah.
They didn't do shit in the playoff, and they didn't do shit in the bowl games either.
And I don't even know that Oklahoma or Alabama, like in hindsight, when you saw the bowl games, when you see, I don't know that they're I don't know that they're in the top 12. I know people giving JMU and Tulane shit, but I'll push it right back and say Oklahoma and Bama. You think they were that deserving? Yeah. I mean, Oklahoma's best win is Bama, right?
Yeah, and Alabama.
I don't think, and what Michigan? I don't think Michigan's that good this year. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Anyway,
I was going to agree with Charles in the chat. The SEC coaching isn't as good as it used to.
Oh, I actually think it took a major hit the past couple years.
This cycle, big time too.
Well, yeah, I mean, when Auburn got Freeze, I thought Brian Kelly was going to work at LSU. Well, I mean, I thought it was a weird fit, but I thought he would still take them to the playoffs at some point. That didn't happen. No, I do think Elko was a bump up at A&M, but I still think Sark, I think, is a very, very, very overrated coach. And then to me, going from Sam Pittman to Ryan Silverfield, I think that's a downgrade.
And we'll see what's holding. I mean, I know that they caught lightning in a bottle here.
Getting Chambliss back next year is a start.
Yeah.
I mean, assuming they're going to win that court case. I know it's pending a court case, but yeah. So let me ask you this, man. Miami now moving forward, because Carson Beck is out of eligibility after this year because he's 50. That's another thing. Is these old ass quarterbacks? You look at like the top 15 teams, a lot of them have, very old quarterbacks. Like I think that's one of the keys to winning a natty is get a fucking old quarterback, get an old team, but more importantly, even an old quarterback. Do you think does this solidify the U as being back, despite we don't even know the outcome of the national championship? Do you think like
you get to an Natty back.
Yeah.
Notre Dame's back, the U's back. If Texas would ever nut up and win a semifinal game, we could say Texas is back. I mean, Texas is probably back too.
I think it's only going to help. You're going to get more money besides Ruiz coming in, you know?
I mean, you saw the former guys on the sideline, Michael Irvin and his cocaine group.
Yeah. Yeah. I think more fan base or more money will come in with that program. Now, how long will it take Florida State? Norvell, this I think solidifies that like Norvell better have a money season next year. Like we already knew that coming into this, but now it's like I think Florida State's going to feel this shit right away. Right now watching this, they're vomiting. Yeah.
Yeah, the heat's on. I mean, Summerall at Florida, he'll get a honeymoon year.
I loved his hires though, man. He did some good coordinator hires. Summerall did. So
he'll get year 2 though. Year 2, he better have that thing humming.
Now, do you think Miami deserves to be the dog no matter who they play in the Natty?
Yeah, but not by much.
Yeah.
That's why dude, Cristobal's a dog is pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, well, especially when you have this team. Like this team, I mean, look, this is one of the most expensive rosters in college football. So I mean, as a dog, he has been good. You're right. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I mean, 459 yards today. You would think if you look at get this, dude, they were 13 of 21 on 3rd and 4th down. How the fuck did they almost lose this game?
Yeah.
It's like the other team was 2 of 10 on 3rd and 4th down. What? How did you almost lose? But shout out to Cristobal because look, 42 minutes almost of
I know they dominated the game like box score wise, but we said they were going to. But we thought Ole Miss could steal it at the end, and they almost damn near did.
Yeah. I think that does it. We'll react tomorrow night with the winner of the Indiana-Oregon game at that filthy Mercedes-Benz Stadium there in Atlanta, Georgia. And I mean, this is an exciting time. Shout out to all the Canes fans. Abner, I know, is sitting there. He's probably wasted somewhere, having a great fucking time. Shout out to Abner. Shout out to the ACC needed this, right? I mean, because what? Notre Dame is fringe ACC. So now, like, they can add that to the mix. Even though, and I think this does solidify to the committee that, I mean, I think that regardless of this game, when they had beaten A&M, I think it solidified to the committee that Miami deserved to be in over Notre Dame. But yeah, I think even more so now.
Notre Dame. I mean, what the fuck were we even talking about all those months?
Yeah, that was ridiculous. But all right, what's that?
I thought Miami dominated Notre Dame. I thought Miami dominated Ohio State.
Yeah, it's weird. The only I thought Louisville dominated Miami. Louisville never trailed that game, right?
Well, they went through the motions that day. They were off a bye and they just fucking didn't show
up. It's interesting though, because I did not feel that way about SMU. If anything, I feel like SMU Miami was kind of back and forth. SMU maybe even kind of stole it, but yeah, it's been quite the fascinating season for the Canes. Carson Beck, he gets the last laugh on these dogs, huh?
Oh, he's laughing like crazy. He beat Ole Miss. They didn't. He's going for a natty. They're on their fat couch watching him go for a natty. They ran him out of town, man.
Yeah. Shout out to Rugby Mike. Listen to you guys a lot. Bravo to your content. Likewise, brother, man. Thanks for checking us out, man. Let me get $1. Where the fuck is Patty C? Patty C, if I had to guess right now, is shithoused in some bar in Santa Monica after watching, and he's probably really happy. As Patty C's been wanting Miami to be back. Like when the ACC first got Miami and Virginia Tech and Pitt and some of the other schools, Louisville. I thought it was going to be fire too, because I was like, damn, they have Florida State, Miami, Clemson, Virginia Tech at the time was making the national championship or making big time bowl games. Pitt historically has had a good, close your ears, Mac. Pitt, historically,
players.
Yeah, they had a lot of good players. So a dangerous team. Louisville, you thought like the future could be very bright there. So you thought like, man, this conference might end up being pretty fucking good. Georgia Tech, obviously, Paul Johnson had them in 2 Orange Bowls, and then in the 90s they won a Natty. So you thought, okay, this conference could be pretty good if North Carolina ever gets their shit together, or NC State. And it just hasn't happened. In fact, that's the best part about that, by the way, is Miami might win a national championship before an ACC championship. That's gold. That's fucking gold.
Hey, we should tip our cap on the way out to this Ole Miss team.
Yeah, honestly,
with Lane Kiffin and Golding. What a job keeping those guys together. And shout out Trinidad Chambliss, man. Coaches, you better check that D2 tape, man. There's some good players out there. Check out the FCS tape. There's some
I mean, shit. I mean, like a good amount. I mean, last year at this time in the playoffs, we had Arizona State had already lost, but Camp Scadaboo had stole the hearts of many.
Yeah.
All right, and that was a Sac State transfer. Shout out to Chop Kicks and Frank in the chat that are talking Muddy Waters. Well, he's doing pretty good. Did vomit again today, but
alive.
Yeah, he's. I feel like he's much better now than he was this morning. So appreciate you asking. Shout out to the great Muddy Waters. So folks, it's 12:40 right now. If you listen to our college basketball show, that'll be coming up. But I have to go on VSiN before that. So plan on about a 1:45 a.m. Eastern show, or maybe even 1:50, something like that. And we'll be back tomorrow, obviously breaking down the Indiana game, the Indiana-Oregon game. Can't wait for that one. And let's go. Let's go. All right. Moneyline Max on Twitter at Moneyline_Mac. I'm on Twitter at TheColeBD. The College Football Experience is on Twitter at TCE on SGPN. Till next time, folks, this is the College Football Experience. Congratulations, Miami Hurricanes. You better start thinking about yours. And we out of here.
Run and shoot.